I'm here to talk on CV writing, and cultivating meaningful online connections and mastering professional communication skills and ethics. And I feel whatever he had shared has taken almost about 60% of what I want to say. So I would share a little in addition to what our brother shared, and then I will give you a revelation as far as your being here in Pentecost University is concerned. I hope you are with me. CV writing is almost like becoming outmoded. And I don't need any debate. It's almost becoming not too necessary. And I say this in context because of where I stand. Fortunately for me, by the grace of God, I'm in the classroom, or I'm in faculty. So faculty members, we are more into reading around and researching. And then again, on the other side, I tend to play more into corporate spaces. Once in a while, I get the opportunity to sit on panels for interviews. And I also play around, like our brother mentioned, friendship. I play around corporate executives who have conversations that I contribute to. More to that, I'm quite deliberate with how I do my things, and that also fetches me the opportunity to meet those who sit in the board meetings. So sometimes I may not be in a certain board meeting, but I may have contributed to the conversations in the board meeting. More to it, I try to build relationships from the classroom. And for your information, I was here like you yourself way back 2004 when some of you were not born. I believe so. I was here way back 2004. And so, having finished school somewhere 2008, teaching assistant started when I was level 200. You can imagine I have met a couple of friends and students. You can imagine. And then having finished 2008, 2009, I moved fully into teaching assistant. I've not gone anywhere ever since I came to Sotum. I'm still here. And even today I'm here. I've not gone anywhere. Okay? So I have met students from 2006, 2007, right down 2009, 10, 2020, 2022, 2024, 2026, and I am teaching. So you can imagine the number of people who have gone through my hands. I got the opportunity to also teach at Institute of Chartered Accountants, evening school, where it is mostly adults, executives. So you can tell the number of people I may have come across. Okay, and I've been with them since 2011, right up to 2024. I have to tell them that, Charlie, traveling on that Okponglo-Legon road is becoming a bit disturbing, so I have to put that opportunity down so I can concentrate on other things. And in meeting these people grow up and occupy positions, okay? So by default, I already have the relationship with them. So by the Daniel and his friends conversation, it is getting much closer. Instead of networking, we are even looking at proximity. Networking, but the person seated by you right now, you will never know where the person would be. Okay, so as we relate, as we work together, our character, our relationships are being evaluated by our own friends who would one day recommend us. I have two friends who, one of them chose tech, and the other decided to follow him because he liked the guy and the way he's been trained from the house, and followed the one who chose tech first to tech, not knowing who the gentleman was, not knowing the parents of the gentleman. But one day in SHS, the first guy who went to tech's parents had visited him, and in their conversation asked their son, "Who is this gentleman?" He says, "He's been my friend since I came to Form 1. He says, "Oh, okay. He's a handsome guy. We hope he is of good character." The guy said, "Yes, he has been my best friend since. He is the one who has even made me love God the more." See, so this young man introduces his friend who had introduced him to God the more to his parents, of which these parents, that the guy, the one who was introduced to God the more, the guy didn't know. Not knowing, the parents owned companies in Ghana. So the guy goes to tech, and then the Ojasho's friend also follows him to tech. Now from tech, he struggled paying fees, but the friend he had in SHS, the parents took the fees up and paid in full. This guy did engineering, the main guy did engineering, the second guy did accounting. Having finished tech, did their service together. Then the son is sponsored for a master's outside the country, comes back and realizes that the friend is still struggling, tells the parents, and then the parents sponsors the guy to do his master's here. The parents introduce the young guy who is a friend to their son as the accountant of the company. I had seen a quote somewhere last week that whatever you would have to be in the future depends on how consistent you are for that thing from now. Whoever you want to be, I want to be the chief executive of Anglo Gold Ashanti. It is the determination now and its consistency that will take you there. You may not end up being the CEO of Anglo Gold, but you will definitely be among the CEOs. So it's consistency. It's getting pregnant with that vision. I heard the chaplain say that dream. And honestly, I have to honor Joshua, right? I have to honor Joshua's invitation as against a meeting I have at Medina, some tight meeting. At the end of the day, the fuel allowance alone I'll get, Joshua, it's enough to take me 2 weeks. But I have to come. Why? Joshua was my mentee in level 100. Joshua was my mentee in level 100. And I say with pride that when Reverend Atanorman shared this story with me, I didn't know he was the one. But later when I heard it, my eyes were filled with tears. Why? Because humans, we carry the presence of God here. And that is what I would be ending with. That it cannot be only Joshua. If it is only Joshua, then Charlie, then all of us seated here. No, it can't be. And the conclusion of my presentation would project an experience I've had over the last 20 years of being in this place. That there's no way you enter Pentecost University and leave and not have anything impacting your life. I'm here to teach you CV writing. But CV writing is who you are. It is not ChatGPT generated representation of you. So you may by some means get the call up by your CV or by any means, but if you get there, no matter your CV, you'll be pushed out. Because the employer has no excuse for anyone who doesn't add value to what they have. So my sisters and brothers, I can't teach you how to write CV, because the system we are in, your generation, of which I am sharing, already has many avenues for you to tap CVs and transform it to be yours. But I'm telling you that the best CV writing is the impact you have had on you yourself. There's a course I teach currently, level 400, level 300, second semester, human relations in organizations. It begins with you. How do you know yourself? How well do you know yourself? In the presence of anger, how do you know yourself? In the presence of money, how do you react? When you see girls, how do you react? When you see boys, fine boys, what goes on in you? Your eyes. And again, I saw something on TikTok today. There were a number of things on the table. Then the lady, I believe some of you have watched it. The lady says that by the count of 3, I'm going to show you a video and then tell me what you see. Papa, everybody was writing in the comment section something, and that which was so unique somewhere was there. And the lady said, see, none, almost about 97%, nobody said that thing. We have this eye, but there's an eye behind. This is just the window. Your eye is your brain. What do you see? Are you only seeing fine people, or you are seeing executives who can future become someone? I want to challenge you that your CV, the best way of getting your CV being called up is not what you have written down. It's what you have impacted yourself with and impacted those who are in your immediate circle. My brother said, circle, your immediate circle. He was in the same room with me. I know he can do it. He was in accounting, I was in HR. I know him. The testimony of your friends, the referrals of people. So your CV only comes to we would invite you to be sure that yes, indeed, you are the one who is applying for this vacancy, and confirm the things you have written. And sadly, some of us, we don't even know that thing is in our CV, but we have sent it. I read another article by Honorable Jifa Gomeshi, the current, I think he's the minister for, what do you call it? Culture, something. Go and look for it. It's on Facebook. And she talks about a gentleman who wrote openly telling her that she doesn't like her. But I think she's also quoting someone. So the victim of the hatred is writing about a young man who had written to him that I don't like you. Then he responded and said that if you don't like me, no problem, God likes me. Fast forward, this person goes to sit on an interview panel, and then here comes this guy who some years ago told him that I don't like you, I hate you, coming with his file. Now sits down and sees the man or the woman and begins to fidget. Then everybody has finished asking their question. Then the man comes and says that, do you remember you said this to me some time ago? He said yes. Now the lesson in there is that the same people we meet when we are going, when we are returning, we will meet them. Ladies and gentlemen, I came with a simple assignment. So the second one, which is taking good advantage of the social media and all that. Don't live your life on social media. Take advantage of what social media can bring to you. LinkedIn, this, that, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Whilst you are watching other things, nuisance conversations, whilst you are following stories, someone is learning how to drive on YouTube. Someone is learning how to organize a program on YouTube. Someone is posting things that would bring certain feedback to aid his or her thinking. Take advantage of the positive sides of this new world order. Or else, because the world is not waiting for anybody. Yesterday in my class, having met them level 200, I've met them level 300, and I'm meeting them level 300 second semester. Knowing the kind of person I am, I will not wear suit and wear tie. I'll make sure I always wear my tie to come and teach you. Why? Because you are my executives. And I don't teach you as a student. I'm teaching you, or we are having I'm facilitating the class as a conference. I'm telling you that this is the life you live out there. So just about 3 years to come. So begin from now. Ask anybody who is my student here. I will sack you if you are not well dressed. I'll sack you. 2, you can't be late for my class. You can't. And yesterday, because of lateness, I had to push it from 8:30 to 9. Entered 5 minutes to 9, and I have almost half of the class late. I said they should go home. Come next week. But at the same time, as a father, as a mentor, my first days of lectures are crazy because sometimes when the Spirit of God comes upon me, and I'm not missing words, when the Spirit of God comes upon me, what I teach, I have never learnt it and heard it anywhere. So for me, oh, Missy, when the Spirit of God comes upon me, what I teach in the classroom, so the same person, I said, go home. Then I said, so options, 2 options. You will stand till I finish because and as young as you people, they can't even stand for 30 minutes. So I've told you about the issue of CV. I've told you about social media. In terms of communication, I can't be the best communication facilitator or expert. I did corporate communication in level 300. I always say that I don't know why things have changed, but the BSc admin is supposed to mean that you are being trained as a business student and not trained as a marketing student. Do you understand? So even though you are doing HR, you should know everything about marketing, everything about accounting. Again, I don't understand why the system is now teaching HR and marketing and the non-accounting people accounting for non-accountants. Is there no? Our time we did every accounting with the accounting student, every banking with banking student, every marketing with marketing student, everything with everybody. So when you sit in the board meetings and there's a conversation around anything, as far as management is concerned, you have the idea. Not to burden the issue of communication, Madam Mimi will be more apt on communication. Our brother has also mentioned issues about communication. Listen, how we communicate, it is not just the verbal, but the most laudable communication is the non-verbals, the way we dress. The way, on Saturday, I was teaching a class, industrial relations, and I had given an assignment, group discussion. When they finished, 3 groups got my thinking right, and then 1 group got it wrong. The leader of the group that got it wrong had a certain mindset. Even though he was right, that was not what me, the lecturer, I had put across. Yes, I wanted to understand him so that I can fuse, so they don't feel as if they've been sidelined or whatever. What he's saying is right, but that is not what I was expecting. The guy was challenging me, and of course, you see, he is in the field, so he was saying, trying to bully me. Nami bibiota no bully me. Hey, the way he was talking, I had to gather. You know, it takes a lot of maturity to exercise patience. I waited for him, he finished. What did he say? When he finished, he snubbed me and went away. Left the class. What would you say? Yesterday, I called an elderly man in his class, told him that I want to meet the 2 of them. I can't punish him. The last but one thing, a student insulted me on campus. Insulted, if I made it, I tell you my GB, but it makes me look handsome still. And when I was trying to resolve the issue, she still went away. So we couldn't resolve the matter, and then she graduated and left. About a year or 2, the then registrar, Elder Dr. Gibson, I know, and she calls me and says, there's this young lady who used to be his mentee. I should try and help her, blah, blah, blah. So this said lady calls me. We spoke. She didn't know I am the one he resorted. Then the young guy comes. I had filled 11-page document only for me to get to the place where I was signed the last page. The lady's picture is there. She's finished her service and contract for 3 years with GCB. GCB is asking for referral from the school, any lecturer who taught her, to endorse her full-time employment. Communication. Should I sign? Should I sign? Two level 100 students were standing in front of the phase 2 auditorium. They were, if there's any word like nuisancely misbehaving. And I couldn't correct them in the midst of their friends. So I waited. Then fortunately I saw them pass and I called them, not knowing they were very hungry going to eat. So when I called the lady who had worn some three-quarter jeans, trousers, tighting, and they show your stomach hanging top, I was trying to, she didn't know I was a lecturer. They ended up also insulting me at the end of the day. And guess what? Now there was this passport issue. I had to go in and save the situation. Now listen. Ezra chapter 7 verse 28. The Bible says, because of the hand of the Lord upon the people. 2 Timothy 1:7. The Bible says, the Lord has not given us the spirit of fear, but has given us the spirit of what? Boldness. And the last one, Ephesians 3:20. God is able to do anything we ask of and think of. Anybody who entered Pentecost University, you have no option. There's a hand that is upon you. There's a certain grace that is upon you. That's why I said that it cannot be only Joshua. But that hand is still on you. Take advantage of the presence on this campus. And I have seen it, I have witnessed it, and I believe that same hand will do same for every one of you. The Lord bless you.